My name is Joseph Patrick Edgar LeBlanc, born in March the 19th, 1923 in Dalhousie, New Brunswick. Well, my mother just went down there to have me and then come back. Well, my grandfather and grandmother were born in Dalhousie, New Brunswick. I married Helen Campbell in 1967. I have 5 children: John, Michael, Billy, Carol, and Shelley, Michelle. I was a high rigger for Horton Steel, and I was a pipe fitter in the mill in Tourist Bay. I volunteered in the war, 1941 to 1948, 7 years in the Navy. Yeah, the Schreiber Colts, which was I don't know, semi-pro team, I guess, I don't know. Played a lot of games. Baseball, hockey, you know. Yeah, it's a circus. That time that they had animals, you know. Oh, silent movies, oh yeah, silent movies, yeah. Down in the town hall, in the basement, Mr. Black, we'd say, "Viddy, viddy," you call him Viddy, viddy. He said, "Watch out, are you going to shoot?" In a silent movie, yeah. It's hard to explain. It's just out of my mind when I think of all the things that's happened since being young. Well, more access to different things like TV, you name it, hospitals, everything that's, you know, too damn fast, I'll tell you. Technology, oh yeah, right out of this world, you know. If they said you're going to send a man to the moon, then you know where they'd send you. The straitjacket up to Thunder Bay. Yeah, talking about technology. Here, medicine. Years ago, like I got 2 operations and scars, one here, one here. Now, they make a little half-inch or 1-inch incision in your stomach and operate. I can remember James Maloney had the first car in Schreiber, I think. He'd say, "Boy, boy, boy, don't touch, just a look. Go home and tell Mama and Daddy Jill got a new car." Yeah, $495. You get that? $495 for a car? Hey, Mr. Man, can't even turn the lights on for cost you $495. Did a bit of woodwork and then gardening most of the time, you know. Then I exercise there. There's an exercise room up in the Collingwood Court, and I exercise every second day up there. Years ago, there was a fellow that used to work for the CPR, and in the wintertime, he used to deliver stuff freight by sleigh. Then in the wintertime, he'd by wagon, So anyway, I don't know how it come about. Somebody said that Charlie Ryan had a shovel with CPR initials on, CPR, you know. So anyway, the CPR policeman, he went over and he said, "Hey, you got one of our shovels there." He said, "I don't think so." He said, "My name is Charles Patrick Ryan." He said, "and I got a birth certificate to prove it." I thought that was pretty good. Yeah. Going back, like when I was growing up, there was no lights and water. They got water from Cook's Lake, and you what they call hedgehogs, big round barrels on a sleigh and on a wagon, eh? Then you pumped it up so many strokes there into a tank in the kitchen, and the gravity flow to the tank on the side of the stove. And we never had we had coal oil lamps for lighting. And 38 or something. I don't remember the date, but the CPR was the only one that had lights around, you know. And they had a diesel engine in Schreiber. I think it was called Harland and Wolfram. It come from Ireland, and right where the old town hall used to be, was right behind there that they had it, and that's when they first got lights here in Schreiber. It was quite a few years before if you had a bathroom, your outhouse was the small little shack out in the backyard. And I can remember, you know, but this in the winter time, if you had to go, we used to, if it was possible, we go out there and the frosted on the seat to go with the Eaton's catalog and wipe it and go around with the. Oh yeah. Then of course they had a slop pail in the house. You know, when you think back of it, how primitive it was, eh? You know, compared to nowadays. Gee. Told Dr. Crow, you know, he was quite the diagnostician, eh? So anyway, Mrs. Kakamo, she went down to the States there at a Mayo Clinic, and the doctor said, well, who's your doctor back home? She says, oh, that's Dr. Crow. He says, Dr. Crow? He says, that name sounds familiar. He says, is that Dr. H.S. Crow? She says, yeah. He said, well, what are you doing here? Apparently, he used to even call Dr. Crow into the Thunder Bay for different cases, eh? You know. I'll tell you a funny story about it. I had a boil near my belly button, eh? So my mother says to my dad, you better go and see him with the doctor, Dr. Crow. And so I went there, and that's when they had the old, I don't know, CPR shack there, or I don't know where it was, from a boxcar or what. It looked like a boxcar anyway. And Dr. Crow had all these bottles up in the side of the shelf there. Hearts, and all the pills there. So you had an old coal stove there, and you have to heat up his instruments and everything, you know. So anyway, I went there, and so he said, just a minute now, he said, strip off to the waist, and oh my God, and it was cold in there. So anyway, strip off the waist there, you know. So anyway, he got this knife, and he went over and put it in on top of the stove there, the hot water there, come over and glanced at, you know, putting her froze to death before he even got out of there. So, but the funny part, all these bottles, I can still remember, they had a heart on the label, and they'd go over there and all the dust, of course the dust filtered in from CPR, eh? He'd go over there and go, he'd blow the dust off the bottles. Oh.